Ever wondered how Turkish sentences work? This video gives you the building blocks to unlock your understanding of Turkish sentence structure. Whether you've just started learning Turkish or been learning Turkish for a while, this video is for you. Don't forget to stay to the end of the video to know the rule of thumb of Turkish sentence structure. So let's start with today's lesson. Turkish sentences are divided into two categories depending on the order of words in the sentence. As you can see now on the screen, we have the regular sentence and the irregular sentence. We will start with the regular sentence. It's called in Turkish kurallı cümle. It says that the sentence starts with a subject, ends with a verb, and then everything in between, the details, the adjectives, so on, is in the middle. So the first rule category, we have the subject at the beginning, verb at the end, and the object in the middle. In the irregular sentence, which is kuralsız cümle, kural means rule. Kuralsız means without a rule. So we have the first one, regular sentence. It's a sentence with a rule. The irregular sentence is a sentence without a rule. In this irregular sentence, the verb doesn't come at the end. This is what you should know. The verb doesn't come at the end. So we'll talk about each category alone, but let's do a small reminder. I'm sure you know them. What's a subject, object, and verb? A subject is the person or thing that performs the action, a noun or a pronoun. The object is a noun or noun phrase that the verb affects or that receives the action. The verb is a word that represents an action or a state. Now let's start with the first category. So this is an example of what I just said. In the regular sentence, we have a subject, object, and then verb. Here, for example, I have the first sentence, which is Adam yürüyor, the man is walking. Only I have a subject and a verb. Who is walking? The man. There's nothing here in the object. Adam yavaş yürüyor. The man is walking slowly. So I have a subject, object, and yürüyor, and the verb. So here in the object, it might be anything, any information other than the subject and the verb. Finally, Adam bana doğru yürüyor. The man is walking towards me. So towards me, something in between the subject and the verb. So this is the idea of a regular sentence. Let's continue. Let's talk about the note here. We have this sentence could be in any state. It could be affirmative, which is like positive. It could be negative, or it could be interrogative. Now, the verb could be also, the other note is that the verb could be in any tense. It could be the past, the present, the future, in any tense in this regular sentence. Let's see the examples that we have here. Yarın alışverişe gideceğim. I will go shopping tomorrow. So you notice here, this is a regular sentence. It has here, we have gideceğim. Who will go? What's the subject? I, because I am here represents I. It's the suffix of the personal pronoun I. So tomorrow I will go shopping. We have a subject. We have a verb which came at the end. It's in the future, no problem. We said any tense. So we have a subject, we have objects, or whatever comes, like here, yarın, tomorrow, whatever comes in the middle, and we have a verb. This is an example of a regular sentence. Another example is in the past. Okul bugün başladı. The school started today. Or we say the school started today. So başladı is in the past. The verb came at the end, and the subject came at the beginning. So this is a regular sentence. Annem seni arıyor. My mother is looking for you. And by the way, arıyor means either calling you or looking for you. It has two meanings. Aramak is to search, or also it means to call. So you can translate it as whatever you want depending on the meaning of the paragraph or the conversation. Annem seni arıyor. We have annem, my mother, at the beginning, and we have the present continuous tense, şimdiki zaman, which is the verb at the end. İstanbul'a gitmedik. We didn't go to Istanbul. Why did I say we and didn't in the past? Because dik here represents the K, represents we, the dik is the past, so dik means we went. No, with the gitmedik, we didn't go. Here at the beginning of this sentence. So the subject is we. Gitmek is the verb we put at the end, and it's negative because we have me. İstanbul is İstanbul. Okay. Yarın gelecek misin? Here we have a question. We said it could be in any form. So same misin. Will you come tomorrow? So who is the subject? You, because we have here sin. But here, as you notice, okay, it's the regular sentence. We have a question, but the verb comes. We know that the verb comes, and then we have the question. This is something else. But we consider that the verb came at the end, and the subject is you. So, will you come tomorrow? These were sentences, examples of irregular sentence. Let's see the other category, which is irregular sentence. In the irregular sentence, kuralsız cümle, a sentence without a rule, as we said before. We have some notes over here before we read the examples. Used mostly in literature like poetry, daily conversations, and proverbs. So when you're studying from a book, we rarely find sentences that are irregular. These irregular sentences are used in daily conversations where they might put the verb at the beginning and so on. This sentence also is used in literature, poetry, proverbs. The verb is not at the end of the sentence, so this is something for sure. In the irregular sentence, the verb doesn't come at the end of the sentence like the one that we took before. The verb could be in any tense. It's the same as regular sentence, so the verb could be in any tense: past, present, continuous, and future. The place of the verb is changed. Why? For emphasis. Why do I change the location of the verb? To emphasize. Let's see the examples. Erken geldim bugün. I came early today. Here we're emphasizing the early. Erken. So how did I come? In what state? I came early. So because I'm emphasizing, or the emphasis here is on erken, which is early, and this sentence you could hear, as we said, you could hear it in daily conversations. Sevmiyorum seni. I don't love you. Sevmiyorum seni. I don't love you. The emphasis here is on sevmiyorum. As we said, daily conversations. You will hear that a lot. Gelecek misin yarın? Will you come tomorrow? The emphasis is, are you coming? Will you come? Gelecek misin yarın? So what you need to know here is the rule of thumb. The rule of thumb of Turkish sentences. Most Turkish sentences are used in their regular form, where the verb is at the end, the subject is at the beginning, and everything else is in between the subject and the verb. This is the rule of thumb. This is what you will study in books. While in daily conversations, because of daily conversation, which is not something official, and for emphasis also, maybe in your languages also, you have that, I'm not sure, but this is in Turkish. So when in daily conversation, when you're listening to a daily conversations, you will hear the sentences in their irregular form. But what you should know is that the rule of thumb is what we just said. Regular sentence, the Turkish sentences come in the regular form. We have the subject, the verb at the end, and everything else comes in between. This was our short lesson for today. Let me know in the comment sections if you have any other questions.